What is going on YouTube? Chrono here and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about the new weapons we saw pop up post maintenance that, perfectly honest, no one was really prepared to see anything, honestly. So before jumping into that, guys, new to the channel, my name is Chrono. I primarily cover PSO2 content. Would much appreciate a subscribe as we work our way towards that 10k mark. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. So just as a quick warning, I just recently moved my setup around quite a bit, meaning my mic is in a new location as well. So if I sound a bit weird, just let me know. I'm sure I'll see tons of comments about it or anything like that, but I'll be reviewing this video very, very closely. And it's probably gonna be out much later than I want it to be because I want to make sure that everything is working properly post moving things around. That's mostly why there's been a bit of a delay on content because of trying to get everything up and running properly, but everything should be all set to go from here. Anyway, so we're talking about the new weapon that we saw pop up after maintenance. Honestly, I'm not sure why, but after maintenance, I came over to Sakura for some strange reason and went to talk to her, and then bam, these Aegis Integra exchange showed up, and I don't remember seeing anything about this, even knowing what's going on here, but a few things kind of popped into my mind when I first saw it. First and foremost, it's Aegis Integra exchange. Aegis being the same name as the boss we'll probably be getting next week is my guess. No confirmation on that, but we're pretty sure we'll be getting the new falls next week. We'll have to wait for the headline to get a guaranteed answer on that one, but almost positive we'll be seeing the new boss next week, so really excited to see that. But the boss has got the same name, so this is likely the exchange for his weapons. Now, how good are these weapons? They first off look absolutely amazing. I love the design of these weapons. They're super cool, but there's a couple of things that are glaring issues just seeing these to start with. One, I don't see Fixa anywhere. Two, non-tradable in personal shops. Now, this isn't really damning for the weapons. It depends on how they decide to choose to do this process itself. So because we can't acquire these weapons, we don't know what their potential actually is. Unless you're a filthy data miner, I'm just joking, I don't mind you guys at all, but unless you're data mining and holding that information onto yourself because you shouldn't be publishing it, realistically, we have no clue how strong these weapons are going to be. You can tell based on their base damage, they're higher than Gunblaze by about 9 base damage, so at max upgrade, it'll be a difference about 9, so that's not a huge amount, but it's a decent amount. And comparatively to our gun blazes, now that you can acquire very easily, unless this potential is absolutely insane with no fixa, I hate to say this weapon might be dead on arrival. Now don't misquote me, I say might based on having no fixa, and unless its potential is not absolutely incredible. We can see there's no element to this at all. We see that these are not sellable, but there are a couple of things they could choose to do with this weapon, just as like, hey, this might be different, right? So first and foremost, it could be that we only have this version of the exchange shop. Maybe there's another one, or maybe they're going to update this to include fixes. We don't know that for sure. We weren't even expecting to see this to begin with, so there is no telling what exactly we'll have access to once it finally releases. Secondly, this could be also a catch-all, right? This could be a situation where we don't receive these Aegis Integra drops. It could be that we see weapon drops off of the boss and we can trade those weapons in down here for the Aegis Integra, which then we can trade in for these actual weapons. It does say the Neos Astraean series weapons. So we can see these here. These are all Neos weapons. These are, I mean, I love the names. Can I gush over how cool these weapons look again? I think the only sad thing about this is the fact that they're going to be the base photon colors, since, you know, we have CVs and things like that. We don't have to deal with like the base blue photon color, and I'm kind of over that. I kind of wish there was a way to change that without having to use camos and specialized weapons, but that's an argument for another video, or a rant for another video, so to speak. But so this could be a situation where this is a catch-all, right, where we trade in for the weapon we actually want versus the ones that are dropping. These weapons could drop off the new boss. It could drop with fixa, and this could just be an extra way of getting a weapon that's non-fixa. That's an easy way to exchange for it. It could be kind of like a pity system if you never get the weapon that you want, because maybe these weapons still will not be tradable, even though they will come from a drop. They could also put these weapons into a title based on when you complete the boss with the actual weapon, or with a specific class. You get some weapons with fixa. Because remember, keep in mind, our previous weapons, the Clofus, had at least fixa attack 3, right? So with very minimal at least fixa attack 3, it's still going to put the, like, it's going to be a tough sell to say, hey, look, you should pick up these new weapons. Now, these weapons have a ton more base damage. So as long as the potential is at least as good, if not better, which I expect it to be better than the Clofus, then it should be, you know, an easy swap up, right? But again, gun blazes are dropping like candy and with high fixes. And quite literally, unless this has a crazy good potential, or unless this has fix enabled in some way, shape, or form, a fix of 5 Fatale Gunblaze is probably still going to smash it, even while you're not consistently keeping its potential up, because that's one thing I've seen a lot of people talk about with Gunblazes, and it's I like to, I'm gonna call it like I see it. It's an excuse not to use the weapon itself, or why to trash talk someone who is using a Gunblaze. The argument that gets used all the time is, oh well, you have to play perfectly. No, you don't. Quite literally, it's 15 seconds of not getting hit, and if you're getting hit every 15 seconds, you're probably dead. For most people who are playing range classes, they're not getting hit every 15 seconds. They're getting hit when big attacks are coming, don't get me wrong. But realistically speaking, it's one hit every 15 seconds that cancels the potential, and after 15 seconds, it's active again. And during that 15-second time frame, you can be hit a second time. It doesn't reset the timer. So it's 15 seconds you're hit, in 15 seconds, the potential will be back up again. If you get hit between that time frame, it doesn't really matter. It only matters after the 15 seconds. So Gunblaze is still going to have quite a bit of decent uptime. Even if you only keep it up maybe half the time or 60%, you're still going to be perfectly fine. So I can't foresee a situation, unless these things have an insane potential or have the access to get a hold of Fixa in some way, shape, or form, where these will outperform Gunblaze at a high Fixa. You're likely going to see Fatale 5 Gunblazes on most speedrunners, or people that are trying to push their damage to the absolute maximum. And you might think that's crazy to even consider, but dude, Fatale 3 is a couple mil. So it's not that crazy to think about. And then of course you have Termina, which is not that bad. And then Attack, I guess, is a full-on consolation prize if you can't get anything else. So it's up to you where you think these are going to fall, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. I just want to give you guys my thoughts on what I think this is going to be and what my concerns are, before it releases. However, tailor them, because it's not out yet. We can't make decisions on weapons that aren't released. So let's wait until we get all the information before we decide how good or bad these weapons actually are. But that's pretty much it. I know that's strange coming from the guy that said these weapons might be done on arrival, but I wanted to make sure that I was, letting you guys know why I had those thought process and why it could end up ending that way. But we're rambling at this point. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe when you keep up with more, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone. Peace out.